For our little Chippendale sort of dude, this guy's a real hit with the ladies. It'll be a lot of fun. Great putting on hats. I like bachelorette parties and things like that. We'll need 5 balloons. Take a 5-inch round that I've just barely inflated about an inch. Trim the nozzle a little bit close. Got 2 160s, both inflated with about a 4.5 to 5-inch tail on them. A 260 blush with about a 4-inch tail, and then a 260 black with about a 5-inch tail. We'll start with the black. What we're going to do is make a little fold twist, about a 2.5 to 3-inch fold twist. Bring that around. We're going to make a 1/2-inch bubble, make that into a pinch twist. Another 1/2-inch bubble, make that into a pinch twist as well. And then another fold twist, roughly the same size as the first one. Those are going to be his feet. Take and turn the 2 feet so they're flat, and your 2 heels up in the back like that. Now we're going to go up about a 5-inch bubble. We're going to make a little larger pinch twist, but we'll still want it to stay flat. So about an inch, maybe just a little more. Make sure you get that one to stay a good flat pinch twist. And then one more just like that. And then bring it back down with what's left. Make his other leg, push that into his feet. And then we can just pop this excess off and secure it. Well, that's going to be his legs. Now we're going to take our 260 of the blush, and we're going to twist it into those 2 pinch twists at the top of his legs. And this guy actually is going to have a 6-pack. My good buddy Mac Painter, some of you were unfortunate enough to know him, out of Wichita Falls, showed me this. You'll start by making a little bitty tiny bubble. We'll use a couple of these, and they just basically fill in the gap there is what all that is. And we're going to make 2 about 3/4 to 1-inch bubbles. Try to get them the same size, and then twist them together. And now we're going to take and simultaneously make 2 pinch twists. So grab in the middle and twist, and make sure you twist both of them so they both flatten out like that. And there's the first layer of a 6-pack. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So your little bitty tiny bubble, and then again your 2 about 1-inch bubbles. Twist them together, and then convert them into pinch twists. And you can see how that's beginning to form up into a 6-pack there. And then one more time. Just like that. And there we have our 6-pack. Now we're going to make his 2 upper top, I guess, pecs, upper part of his upper torso. I don't know exactly what you'd call it. Make about 1.5 inch bubble. And we're going to make a small 1/2-inch bubble. Make that into a pinch twist. And then come back down with a bubble the same size as that and twist it back into those pinch twists where we started. And come back up the other side. And then repeat that process with another one the same size. So another 1.5 inch bubble, another 1/2-inch bubble for a pinch twist, and then come back down again and that pair of pinch twists. Now this excess we can just pop off. That was a good one. Secure the end. And if you pull it around, you can begin to see some definition in his upper body. These are going to be like his 2 pecs of his chest. These 2 will be his shoulders, and then of course the 6-pack where we started. Now we're going to grab one of our 160s. We're going to make his arms, and we'll start at the hand and work our way back across. Now I'm going to do a simple hand on this cast, so I'll do a little thumb, about a 1/2 inch bubble. Oops. A little bitty small, about a 1/4 inch bubble. Make that a pinch twist. Another one about the same size. Make that a pinch twist. And then just a little fold twist there to get a simple hand. Just real quick and simple. Now we're going to go about 2 inches. Make a small bubble for a pinch twist. That'll be his elbow. And then this will be his upper arm. And we'll take that upper arm, as you can see there's one arm, and twist it into one of the pinch twists. Just go around it. And now we want a real small bubble here. This one needs to be pretty tight so that it'll pull all this in together when we get it all. You'll understand that as I get it done. So make a little bitty, maybe a 1/4 inch bubble there. And if you think you're going to run out by the time you get to the end of this, not to fear, you can always get another one and add it in. That happens. So make another little bitty small 1/4 inch bubble. Make that into a pinch twist. Another one. And this also will become a pinch twist. That's going to be his neck, where we'll attach his head eventually. Now what you want is when we pull this up together, here in a moment, his neck is going to be there, and there's going to be a slight gap there, but we want to fill that in. So I'm going to make about a 3/4 inch bubble, another 3/4 inch bubble, and twist that together into that double pinch twist I have there. And that's going to get tucked in between these two pecs here. And then when we come across, pinch it in, and we're going to make another small, little bitty 1/4 inch bubble like we did that first one over there. And then pull it all in and twist it across that other shoulder. So you can see now how it's filling in his chest there. And that gives him the sternum, the definition between his two pecs. And then with what you have left, just reverse out and make your other arm. So you have your upper arm, small pinch twist for your elbow, forearm, 2 small pinch twists, fold twist for your hand, and a really, really long thumb, so we want to take some of that off as well. And then tie that off and secure it. Trim the excess off. Ah, he's hung on my glove. There we go. And there you've got your basic body. Now we just need to make a head. And you can use any number of head styles. You can use a round and draw a face on it. You can make the one with the 11-inch round and the eyeballs, or you can make a full head like I'm about to make. We've got our last 260 here. And the way we want to start with this, you're going to make about a 1-inch bubble, and then a small little bitty, slightly less than a 1/2 inch bubble. Make that into a pinch twist. And then another 1-inch bubble across the other side. And what you've got is the 2 upper parts of his cheek, and this is going to be his nose here. Now we're going to make his ears. So make about a 1/2 inch, a little smaller than a 1/2 inch bubble there. Make that into a pinch twist, first ear. Now we're going to come across the back of his head, and the way you want this to do, you want it to have, where this is keeping those, you don't want it to flatten those out completely. You want to have a little bow in that. So this one, according to how large you make those, will affect how big you make this. So you want it to have where it makes a nice little triangle there. So make that bubble, make another small 1/2 inch bubble. This will be his other ear. And then twist this end into that one. And there's the beginning of his head. Now we're going to make what's going to be his bottom jaw or his mouth. Make one that kind of, it's going to be about the same size as that there, but with no fold in it. So it's going to be kind of an arc across there, across the bottom. So you should be able to see the beginnings, his nose, his upper cheeks, and there's his bottom jaw. Now when we come across for the top of the head, you've got 2 options. You can go straight across and give him sort of a dome head, or if you think you might want to add hair, or you just want to add something else, go a little longer than that bubble there. Make a little small 1/2 inch bubble, make that a pinch twist, and then another bubble the same size as that one. and twist into that other ear on the other side. We've got the basic head, and you can see how I got that just a little bit offset. That's pushing it. Now I'm going to pop this off, but I want to keep this inflated because I'm going to use that for more of his head. So we're going to retie that. This is going to complete his head here in a moment. And then secure this in around that ear. Now with this extra that we have left over, I find it easier if I turn it upside down, take the excess, the knot here, twist it into his nose, and then come up to the top of his, make his bridge of his forehead here, and connect into that pinch twist that I left at the top of his head there. Just go around that. And you can see his face coming into play. Now this is where this one helps out. With this extra you have left over, you want to tuck it into the back of his head and come out between that one on the back of the head and his bottom jaw there where I've got my finger. So just kind of poke it through there. And then just pull it all the way down until it goes into the back of his head. That's going to be his neck to attach to his body. And what that also does by having that there, it pushes that bottom jaw forward so that he looks like that. Now we're going to take our round. You're going to twist that into two smaller ones. Try to get them even. Once you get it twisted, then you're going to go into push it in one eye socket and force one of the bubbles all the way across to the other. Kind of tuck them into his head there. It's going to be fun getting them to kind of set right. If you make them a little big like I did for this guy, sometimes they'll come a little bug-eyed. There's his face, and I noticed that if I don't draw little pupils on there, he really looks mean and deranged. So let's go ahead and give him some pupils real quick. That helps him out a little bit. If you want, you can take a piece of a white 160 inflated, run it across in there to give him teeth if you like. You can also take a 160 of any color and come up, start at an ear and go across back to that ear and do it a couple times back and forth across the back to give him hair, or you can leave him like that for that skinhead look. Now figure out how long you want your neck, and then just remove the excess. Tie that off, and then take and attach that in at these two pinch twists in the top of his head there. And there you go. And as an added option, I'm taking a little piece of a black 160 here. I'm going to inflate it just a little bit. And I'm going to make him a little bow tie, so make a little faux twist, about an inch, maybe an inch and a half bubble. I'm going to make a small half-inch bubble, pinch twist. Another little half-inch bubble, make that a pinch twist, so you're going to have two pinch twists in the middle. And then what's left, bring over and make the other half of your bow tie there. We're going to cut some of this excess off. Leave it an inch or two there. Then if you'll bring that up in the front, wrap that around his head, and then with what that end you have left over, secure that into place. You now complete the effect with a little bow tie on your guy.